Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm out here today working on the dart. Got a few things I want to get done that we discussed in the previous video, the Quest to 500. We'll start with the carb. I'll pull it off. It's pretty cold out here, so I'm gonna have to do this in a hurry. I waited to the warmest part of the day, but it's about 30 mile an hour wind gusts. It's about 32 degrees, so it's pretty cold. But my plan is I'm gonna try to get the car up on the ramps, which I'm not sure if I can make it in the snow or not. But the reason I want to do that is I got in touch with the guy who built the car for me, and he's actually going to fix it. So that's one less thing I got to worry about. Big thanks to him. But I'm going to try to get the car on the ramp. I'm going to pull the carb off, box it up, send it to him. And that way the car's on the ramp, I can go ahead and do the transmission pan leak and the brake leaks and all that while the carb is off. Because once I take the carb off, I don't have another carb to move the car around the yard, so where it's at is where it's at. Like I said before, I don't have a garage. Kind of at the mercy of the weather and wherever I can fit it, in the yard, the level spot. So yeah, I'm gonna get the car fired up, let it warm up a minute, see if we can't get it on the ramps, and I'll bring you along with me. Thanks for watching. For that plan, that's not gonna work. Hey, let's just pull the carb off. Take the battery cable off. I guess I can always get it on the ramps like I did before with a come along. Make sure I don't lose all these small parts. Put you on right there. Go ahead and get this choke off. Don't want to leave that, thing's tiny. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna get a bottle, and that way I can catch any fuel that's gonna come out. Normally I would crimp these off, but I really don't want to mess my lines up. I always leave like a little line, so I'm just gonna get a bottle. Alright, I'm back. I got the right size wrench. I got me some shop rags to put underneath this line. way when it leaks, I can catch a lot of it. And I got a bottle to catch the most of it. I try to keep a lot of this gas off my intake if I can. Ooh, I'll put that on there tight. Oh heck, it's bringing the whole... That's twisting the line, is bringing the whole thing out. Why just put that in? Alright, let's go a different route. Let's go from here. Oh, that's a bugger to get off there. Nope, ain't got it far enough. Apparently when I put stuff on, I put it on tight. There we go. See if I can't break it free. Not sure which side is going to spill the most out. So I'm not sure where to put my bottle. Good. Man, that sucker is on there. And that clamp is just chewing my hands. Where to put my fibers? Well, I just had them. Where'd they go? Oh, right in front of me. Oh, that ain't working either. Goodness gracious. I'll slide it down a little bit more so I don't chew my hands up. It'd probably be a bad idea to put heat on this one. It's so cold. Goodness gracious, there we go. Alright. It's not much. Not as much as I thought it'd be. Oh, now it's going to puke out after I'm not sure how I'm going to get that loose without twisting my line. It's leaking there. I'm going to get a maybe I can fit it. What size is that? 3/4? I'm going to get a wrench and see if I can't get it off. Alright, I'm back. Not sure. Yeah, it is a 3/4, I guess, right. Yeah. That broke it free. I have no idea why that's that tight. problem I'm having is there's some gas right there in the flange. It's bent just a little, so this doesn't want to turn. It'll turn so far, then it gets caught. That's what was holding me up. Actually, that's a brand new line. I hate to replace it, but I don't like that kink in it. It's not really kinked, it's more bent. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Yeah, right there you can see it. It's bent that way. I'm not really sure how that happened. I'll go ahead and take that out. I gotta get me a Ziploc baggie for all these parts. Alright, I think everything's loose. I just gotta take it off the base. Now, if I remember correctly, one of these back holes was a bear to get to. I can't remember which one it was. There's the front one's off. And well, I believe I just found my vacuum leak. That back bolt or stud was not even hand tight. It must have wiggled its way loose. It was just barely on there. Alright, let's get around the other side. Get the back one first. It's probably gonna be the hardest to get to. Nah, it ain't bad. Okay, maybe it was this front one. Nah, that's good. Not bad at all. It's one thing about working on these old cars, it's a lot easier to get to most stuff. Try working on a new one. I mean, that's a bear. I gotta take my vacuum line off here. That's my PCB port. Take that loose and that should just come off. Got some fuel leaking out of it. There she is, she's off. I'm gonna set it over here to the side. I'm gonna take my stud off, my horn ring gasket off. And get that milled out. Probably go ahead and take my vacuum plugs off too. That way they don't get lost in transit. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna shove as safely rags down in here, because while this is taking apart, I'm gonna clean this up and get all this gas out of here. I'm gonna repaint this intake and take an air compressor and try to blow it off. You can see right here my choke is leaking and I got black soot all over my intake, so I'm gonna clean that off, repaint it, and I'm gonna seal that choke better while it's all apart. I also got black soot on my valve cover right here. I might go ahead and clean it and repaint it. I need to get an air compressor in here. You can see there's all kinds of dirt. I don't understand how much dirt gets in here when I keep the hood shut. I would also, the paint on my manifolds already burning off, so I'd like to take some cardboard and kind of put around that and repaint those too. just to freshen it up. This motor's right at a year old. I put it in last December. And it really hasn't, I mean it's ran, but it really hasn't been driven that much. I don't have my tags. And like I said, I got a bunch of other stuff to work out, so I just never did title it, or register it, I mean. It's title. But I have driven it. It's not a lot. Let's see if we can get some of this gas out while I'm here. Yeah, it's coming out. I don't know how I'm going to get in there to clean that to repaint it. I guess I'll just do it the best I can and call it good. It's not a show car. Alright, let's get some leaves in there, or rags in there so that I don't get no leaves in there. Leaves is what we don't want. Leaves and bolts and nuts and that sort of thing. I'm going to leave that gasket on for now. Don't have anywhere to set this camera without blocking. So my goal here is I'm going to try to keep these in one piece. I don't want more than one rag. That way I don't forget nothing. Two folded over seems to do the trick pretty good. Maybe it'll keep all the dirt debris out. Trying to make it like a pocket, that way when I pull it back out, it'll bring all the dirt with it. Oh, it's cold. So also, while I'm painting this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll take this off, my coil off, and I'll clean all that up. I got to get me a new vacuum port. This is the old one. This is the one that was in the intake when I got it. And this port, I don't know if you can see it, that was broke off, so I just took it and crimped the end shut. That could possibly be a leak hazard, so I need to replace that. And this coil, I'm going to take it off and paint it black to make it look original, because everybody knows that them yellow coils give you 15-20 horsepower. I'm joking, of course, but I had an original coil, and I was taking it off to get down there to my distributor lock bolt, and I broke the stud off of it, and this is the spare that I had, so I put it on there. But I'm gonna paint it black to make it look original. But that's kind of the theme of this car, is original. I want it to look original. And I also have plans to pull all the stickers off that battery and get the Mopar stickers to kind of make it sort of look original. They make kits where you can put stickers, the original stickers on them, so I'll do that. And I gotta get a viewer told me yesterday I need to get a battery hold down, so I gotta do that. I might try to do that today if I can find it. I don't know where it's at. Got a pile of parts somewhere. Alright, so move on. gonna get something to put these small parts in, and I'll be back. Alright, so I got the stud off. I got my air cleaner stud. So just gotta get a box and get it shipped out. So the next thing we're gonna try to address today, move my vacuum. I put another rag over the gasket, and I've set my air cleaner on it, so hopefully it'll keep everything out. This front master cylinder line is leaking, so I'm gonna pull this off and look at my flare and see if I think I probably didn't flare it good. I done all these lines myself. I just bought a roll of brake line and a bag of fittings and done all the bending and flaring myself. So I'm no expert flarer, so I'm sure that that's the majority of my brake leaks or bad flares. Seems like I got one right here too. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks a little rusty on top of that. Looks like it might be leaking at some point. I've got a new proportionate valve. I may go ahead and just replace it. Alright, let me get a wrench on this and see if I can get it loose. Oh, it's a little bigger than a ½ inch. It might be a 9/16. Let's see if 9/16. Yep, 9/16. I got my little stubby 9/16. I don't know if I can break it loose or not. Oh yeah. Try to catch some of this fluid. I don't want no brake fluid on my paint. Yeah, that's my flare. That's bad. It's actually the flare it cracked. I guess when I tightened it down, it cracked. So, oh yeah, the whole end of it broke off. Right there's the end of the line. It broke off. So I guess my flare wasn't deep enough, so when I tightened it down, it just cracked it and broke it off. Well, no wonder it's leaking. Well, that's an easy fix. I'll just take, if I can get this out of the way, I'll just take a file, clean that up, and reflare it. I don't know if I can get that fitting out of the way enough to get my flare tool on it. I would like to cut that end off, but I'm not sure that I'll have enough line. Let me see if I can straighten this out. Oh yeah. Easy does it when you're bending these lines. You don't want to do this. This is what you don't want. I never even noticed that. That's a little sketchy. But it'll be fine. I think it's probably enough there. Let's see, where does this one go? Alright, let me go get... Let me get my flaring tool. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I got my tools. Alright, so I'm going to see. I've got plenty of room here to work now, so I'm going to try to cut that end off. Clean it up a little bit. So, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, because in the car community, that's what we do. Whenever I put these lines in, I did not know you had to double flare them my whole life. Just fixing brake, you know, on whatever jalopy I was working on. I've always just put a flaring tool on it and went with it. Never had a leak, or not that I was aware of. Did not know you had to double flare brake lines. So whenever I done these lines, I didn't double flare them. So when I finally got my master cylinder put in, everything was leaking. I couldn't figure out why. So I started doing some research and started reading about double flaring, and I never even heard of it, to be honest. So watched some videos, and sure enough, I figured out that's what I did wrong. So I'd say the majority of these are going to have to be gone back through, which I guess it's a learning lesson. Next time I'll know. It's something I won't forget, I'm sure. Immediately went out and bought the proper flaring tool, and it came with that little pipe cutter that you just seen me use. And man, that thing's been a lifesaver. I'm used to those real big, you know, C-shaped ones that take up the whole area you're trying to work in, and you usually got to pull the whole line out to cut it. But man, that little micro one here, it's Aries is the brand. Man, that thing has been a lifesaver. It comes from I think I got it from Amazon. And I've done a few videos before on double flaring, and I think I may have shared that story then too. Let's see. I always try to go, ooh, don't lose that. That's about perfect. I usually try to go about the thickness of the base of that die. And this flaring tool is not the best one. It's the same brand as that cutter. It's Aries too. It's not the best one. You got to get it super tight or it wants to slide out. I don't know if that's, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. But I feel like I gotta over tighten these more than what you should have to. Alright. Let's get this sucker flared. Back the camera up a little bit so you can actually, well, that's probably the best angle I'm going to get. Yeah, if you watch my Rusty Ram project, I went into some details about flaring because I had to replace all the brake lines on that truck too. Oh, that one's wanting to go a little crooked on me. Let's keep going until we, yeah, it flattened out. Alright. Ooh, that doesn't look good at all. Why? What happened? Oh, shoot. The end of my die broke off. What the heck? Why did that happen? Okay. I guess that's maybe why it was going crooked, huh? Well, that's not good. Huh. Well, let's see if I can't cut a little bit more off and fix that. I don't know that I have another die. Let's see. Now my line's going to be too short. I just know it. I'll end up replacing the whole line. Alright, so maybe my flaring tool is garbage. But the cutter is good. Yeah, you can see what I was trying to go crooked on me. It flared one side but not the other. Let's see if I got another one of these 3/16. Yep, luckily it came with two, so let's try this again. Try to get some of these burrs off. What was that? I think my blade has seen its better days. This razor blade looks more like a serrated blade. Alright, let's try this again. I'm worried now that I'm not going to have enough line to get that 90-degree back in it without kinking it. Because this is about as far down as it's wanting to go. And so I'm going to have to put the 90 right here in order to slide that back up. Huh. I'm not sure. Let's try. This has got to go up because I can't get my die. There we go. So I don't feel like that's going to be tight enough. I think it's just going to push it right out. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Alright, let's try it again. I'm not sure why that was wanting to go in crooked the first time. You know, I had this trouble when I done my brakes on the Ram too. It was wanting to go sideways. I just assumed I wonder if let's go slow it this time. Yeah, it's doing it again already, just that little crank. It's wanting to push that way. Looks like this side is closing in before this side. Now, oh yeah, you can really see it there. It's going sideways. I don't understand why it's doing that. Well, my little camera died. I'm back on my phone. But you can see that it's pushing one side more than it is the other. I don't understand why it's doing that. Okay, so I finally got it off camera. You see that's a pretty good looking flare. Focus. There we go. That's a pretty good looking flare. So what I had to do was I had to start my line real shallow. Use the dye, flare it just a little bit, and then go a little deeper, a little bit more, go a little bit deeper and a little bit more until I got the first flare, and then the second flare went pretty smooth, which I don't know. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to do it in one stroke without, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a flaring pro, so I did get it flared. It's got a pretty good looking double flare on it now. Now the problem is this is so short, I don't know that I can get it back up here. I think if I take this twist out of it, or at least raise this twist up, I should be able to get it. I don't have anywhere to set my camera where y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me flip the camera around and see if I can do it that way. There we go. Can you see there? Alright, so I'm going to try to get some of this out and then just slowly. I'm already kinking it. There we go. Hey. There we go. Let's see if we can. Alright, 9/16. And that was a booger. For something you don't really need, like brakes, they sure are a pain in the butt. Alright, snug it down. There we go. And alright, it's back in there. I had to remove my loop, which I don't really like, but that was kind of, I done that because it was on the factory one. I kind of like the look of that factory loop, but I guess it's better than replacing the whole brake line. One thing I don't like, well, it's still, that's rubbing right there on the body. Not only will it scratch the paint off, but it'll eventually rub a line, hole in the line. So probably what I'll do is get some wrap or some electrical tape or something, and I'll wrap that up so it don't rub the body. And also got to go somewhere else with this. That battery positive is going underneath the steering. I've done it that way to keep it off. Sorry, camera. Alright, so I've done it that way to keep it off the exhaust manifold, but I really don't like it dangling down there like that. And let's see. Let's put some well, give me that back. I need this. It's got brake fluid. Let's go down here and pump the brakes and see if this is leaking anymore. Can't tell if that's old or new. I don't see anything coming around the thread, so I think we're good. This one don't appear to be leaking. I don't see any leaks down there. I know I have one in the back. There's snow. I don't know if I can move there or not. You can see right here that hard line coming in is leaking, so I gotta fix that. And I'm not sure about the other side, but I most definitely gotta fix this one. It's I've got new bleeders too to put in these calipers. I got anybody that hasn't watched my other videos, I've got disc brakes on the back of this dart. I've put it's a Ford 8.8 373 whatever Ford calls it, track lock, sure grip, whatever. I call it sure grip because it's in a Mopar now. But so I got disc brakes. That was a big plus from this rear end. It's dirty. It was all pretty and shiny and black. I had a fuel leak around my sending unit. It looks like I fixed that because it ain't wet anymore. So I think I got that fixed. So I've got this. Ooh, I gotta re-weld that. That broke off. Can't get the camera in here. My homemade bracket broke off. I'm gonna have to get in here and clean that up and re-weld it. And emergency brake cables. Gotta do something with them. You can see this one right here is dragging the ground. And there's that exhaust right here. It needs to be shortened because I had to add a down pipe on this driver's side to clear the linkage, which kickdown linkage, which speaking of, I need to address something with it while we're here. Well, I cannot get underneath the front of this car, but if you look way down in there, my linkage, let me get a better view. I need a flashlight. My kickdown linkage just fell off. Can you see it wobbling there? It's supposed to be connected. And there's a little C-clip right there. And it's came out. I thought I had that fixed too, but I guess not. I'll have to get in there and fix that. Actually, I'm gonna have to get it up on ramps because I can't get in there. This car don't have a lot of ground clearance. All right, well, let's get these tools put up real quick, and I'm gonna see if I can't find that battery hold down, and I'll be right back. You know it's cold when your simple green freezes. I got like a big gallon jug of simple green, so it's hard to mess with, so I just put it in individual bottles. It froze. Yeah, so I got the stickers off the battery. It looks better already. I'm gonna clean it with try to get some of that residue off, and there's my battery hold down. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Still a little bit of sticky left right there. You see where I had to scrape it off, but that side looks nice. It looks a lot better than the sticker's been all over it. I'm gonna get the Mopar sticker and put right here, and they actually sell the kit that has the little red caps that replace these to make it. And here's the secret go handle I was telling you about. This actually comes up. I like it. It looks can't even tell it's there. It looks, you know, like one of the the old batteries. But then when you need to take it out, this folds up and you got a handle. That's pretty cool. That's a, I think it was like a $70-some battery at the local farm store. So far, I've had it in here. I've had it in this car for a little over a year. I don't start it a whole lot. I mean, in the summer, I usually start it at least, 3 or 4 times a week. But this fall and winter, I haven't really ran it that much. In the fall during hunting season, I probably went 3 months and never even cranked it over. And I got in it and it cranked right over. So it's a good battery. Not bad. I say that and it'll go dead tomorrow. Just like my wonderful flaring tool. I gotta stop jinxing myself with this stuff. Alright, let's get the hold down in. Alright, so the battery hold down is in. It's nice and tight. I should have took that battery out and cleaned that tray some before I done that. That's a brand new tray and it's already filthy. But I guess I can do that later. It's only two nuts, right? I can take the whole battery out. I gotta clean out under here too. I've got to rehook my ground to my ECU. In the video I did about the ECU being grounded, I'm gonna run a wire. Actually, I had one back here. I put a ring in on it and had it underneath the bolt, but I changed the ECUs out and I went back to the original one and I broke the end off, so I got to redo that. I just have like right here's where that's where I grounded it at, and it comes up to here with that same kind of fitting on it, but I just broke this end off, so I got to recramp a new one on. But that's where it's grounded to, is right there, and then that goes to the battery. So all right, I think that's gonna probably wrap this one up. I went on a little longer than I should have. Probably it's gonna be a long video, a lot of editing, but let's I think we're getting somewhere. Hey puppy dog, he's a sweet puppy dog. There's another puppy dog. And but we're getting somewhere. Hopefully when I'm gonna wait for it to warm up a little bit, but I'm gonna come out here and repaint this intake and maybe even manifolds, but it's too cold right now. I don't even think the paint will probably won't even stick. But if it did, it would look awful glossy, wouldn't it? Usually cold paint dries slower and it looks deeper. But I don't know, it's way too cold. It's probably, I'd say it's probably down to 28 degrees right now, maybe colder. I'd say I think the real feel was like 12 or 13 degrees with the wind. It's windy. I'm sure you can hear it on the camera. One thing that I've thought about doing is in their 18-year-old runs video, he done the pulleys. And if you see here, I've got these big long air conditioner pulleys. I lied to you. Through 18 will run. That's three groove on both. I thought this bottom one was 4, but it's 3. But I'm thinking about swapping and putting the lighter pulley on here. I don't know. I wish I could find a set of the single pulleys, the factory ones, just because I like the factory look. Like I said before, that's kind of my goals. A factory car. I want it to look original. If I haven't said it before, the scheme with this car is if I could have ordered a 360 dart swinger in 1975, this is what it would envision it would have looked like if they had a performance swinger. I know they didn't. All of them was 318 cars. The Dart Sports were 360s, and But if they had an option for a performance swinger in 1975, this is kind of my envision of what it should have looked like. And so I want to keep it factory, and that's why I went with the manifolds. And I know they're Magnum manifolds, so they wasn't available in 1975, but for the average car guy that walks around and sees that, they would never pick that out, that those are, you know, late model manifolds. They would see, oh, it's a 360 with manifolds, or, you know, it's a small block of manifolds. They would never pick out that those are late model. So, you know, keeping it within my budget, and 340 manifolds for A bodies are not in my budget. I mean, them things are, you know, $400 or $500 a side, so that's just out of reach for me. But just keeping the theme, and I want to keep it as original as possible. Same with the body. But I'm cold. I'm going in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.